has Retford got a cannon in the middle of a roundabout? What is that doing here? Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yes, it's a good question. It's not something you'd expect to see at a town centre, is it?
Not really,
It was actually captured from the Russians at Sebastopol in the Crimean War. And a lot of local men fought in that war. And one of them, a trooper by the name of Piercy, used to write home to his father giving graphic descriptions of the conditions that the men had to endure, and I think we know the conditions were pretty difficult for them.
Can imagine.
And so his dad thought it would be a really good idea to have a proper memorial to their sacrifice and their suffering. So we arranged a public subscription, and they bought this cannon.
Wow.
And brought it here to the original Retford Market Square. This was the original town centre before they built the main square down there, and so it then became called Cannon Square.
Right, even though it's not square.
That's right. Yeah. And there it is. And if there is one symbol of Retford, it's the cannon.
Perfect. And it's got a beautiful building in the background. What's that church?
St Swithin's Church, the Civic Church, where all the civic ceremonies and services are held, sometimes called the Cathedral Church of North Nottinghamshire. Have you heard it called that? It's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you get the idea that it's an impressive place, and it looks pretty solid now. But in Oliver Cromwell's time, that big square tower collapsed.
Oh, no way.
And although he wasn't very favourably disposed towards churches, we can't really blame him for that, because it came down in a big storm and damaged the chancel and the south transept that you can see there.
Right.
But they did some repairs pretty quickly, because by the time of the restoration of the monarchy, a large part of it had been rebuilt. And then, of course, in Victorian times, in common with lots of churches, it was reimagined and rebuilt. So a lot of what you see, I mean, the style is very much 15th century, but a lot of what you see is Victorian, with one or two bits of older than that,
so what
medieval
does it
glass.
originally date to then, that church?
1258. So it's coming up 800 years old.
So it was around during the time of the Pilgrim Fathers?
Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
And the minister there at the time, the vicar there, was kind of involved with that movement, but decided he was going to stay put rather than go off to America. He thought Retford was a good place to stay, and we think he was right.
Yeah, I'm glad they did, yeah.